Hello friends, welcome to SQL Server tutorial. In the last video, we created the backup device, and now we will see how to create a full database backup using the backup device which we created in the previous video. Full database backup takes backup of entire database. So that's why we call it as a full database backup. Based on the backup frequency, there will be possibility of data loss, providing that the recovery mode is simple. For example, if DB backup is taken every day at 11 p.m., there may be a data loss between 11 p.m. of day 1 to day 2. Say for example, the administrator have a automatic script or job that takes database backup. I mean, we can call it as a full DB backup. So let's state that every day at 11 o'clock in the night, we have a database backup, right? And if you see, a backup is taken 11 o'clock in the night of Monday, then 11 o'clock in the night of Tuesday, then one more in the 11 o'clock in the night of Wednesday. And after taking the backup, the transaction will proceed, right? So 11 o'clock we have a backup. After that, the database is changed by user or the client application, and the changes are going on here. Then after that, there is one more backup. So the changed information is recorded here in this backup, and after that, once again the transaction will proceed, and towards the end of Tuesday towards the end of Wednesday, 11 p.m., right? Towards the end of Wednesday, one more backup is taken. And here the data loss is, suppose if something got collapsed at this stage before taking backup on Tuesday 11 p.m. and we can restore the database to the previous day 11 p.m. and all this information is lost because the database is corrupt before taking the backup on Tuesday 11 p.m. Let's state that at 9 p.m. there is some problem, unrecoverable problem, and administrator want to cut down the further transaction to recover the database. Then they may restore the database. So at least they can get the data of Monday's DB, or till Monday 11 p.m. they can recover the data, and this period is what called data loss period, and this period is what called data loss period, right? That's what here we are talking about. For example, if DB backup is taken every day at 11 p.m., there may be a data loss between 11 p.m. of day 1 to day 2. Day 1 to day 2. If something happens, it depends on at what time the problem occurs. So here we took 9 p.m. as the example. So this is the data loss period. So we cannot recover the content on this period, but at least we can get back the data till 11 p.m. and the data recorded during this period will be safe. And this is the data loss period, right? All right. Now let us see how to create full backup. So here we call this as a full backup. The entire DB backup is taken towards the end of day 11 p.m. Let's see how to create full backup. Here we are not going to create any job, but we will create the backup manually. And in the same procedure itself, you can create the script and assign that to a periodic running job. Now let's go to the demo. So we have our backup device is ready. Now we will expand PubsDB. Right click it here, go to task and pick backup. So this will launch a backup dialog box. So let's pick a general page. So the database here, we are choosing pubs. So that's the backup we want to take. We want to take backup of pubs database, and backup type is full. We want to do a full backup, right? And that's why we picked a full here. There are other options also. We will see that in the next coming videos. Now we will go to backup option. Here the name is already given, pubs full database backup. Let's have the same name. Here if you need, you can give a description. Full backup of PubsDB. So we just gave a description as well. Now let's go back to General tab. And here we have a destination, right? So you can give URL or disk. Here we are going to use the disk, and we will click add. So you can either directly give file name, since we already have a device we created in the previous video, right? So we are choosing the backup device. We know that the backup device is linked to ctemp1. So we will click OK. So we decided the destination as well. So database is pubs, backup type is full. We gave the destination information, and here we provided the backup name and the description, and other stuff we accepted the default. So let's go to media options, and here we will choose backup to the existing media set, overwrite all existing backup data. And here we can click OK. So once we click OK, the backup will be taken on this specific device which we created in the previous video, and this specific device points to C drive temp1. Right, we will click OK to take the backup. So the backup of database pubs completed successfully. Click OK. And now if you go to the temp1, you can see the database is taken in the device. Right, now let's go to SQL Server, create a new query. Here we will make some modification as we did previously in the snapshot example. So that's our table. Here we are updating that jobs table, and when we select, you can see the job description is changed for all 14 jobs. Also for sales table, we will delete entry. We will delete the entry for a specific store ID. Here it is 7131, and we are deleting it. And when we make a selection, we want to see 7131 here. So that's the current status of the database. Now we will restore the backup. Let me have this in the clipboard. because when we are restoring the backup, it will ask to close all the connection. Now to restore the DB, right click here, go to tasks and choose restore database. So PubsDB we have taken, and we collapsed the job table and deleted some entries accidentally from the sales table. Now we want to restore it. Here, since we took the backup manually, we are restoring it. In real world, full backup will be taken periodically at specific interval. So in the slide we saw that every day at 11 p.m. the database was taken. So when you restore, you can restore to the nearest or the latest database backup. So once you choose this option, task restore database, it will automatically present you the database which we took, I mean the backup we took. Here if you see pubs full database backup, and the type was full. So when we took backup, we selected full option, and here it shows the other detail, right? So now once you click here, also it's okay. In the options we are having a take tail log backup restore, overwrite the existing database. We will choose this option and we'll click OK. So now it will replace our database with the backup. So here it states that database pubs restored successfully. Now when you create new query window and here we are choosing select star from jobs, and if you see the job descriptions are restored, and when you go for sales 7131 is restored. Because we had a backup, that's why even though we deleted and committed these transactions, we can able to recover from it using the restore option of the backup. So we took full backup and we restored it. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.